virgin will have a baby boy named Emmanuel, which means God is with us.
And his name will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God.
Greeting, the Lord is with you. You will have a baby child named Jesus.
And Mary said, my soul is with God, and my spirit has rejoiced. Glory to God in the highest, peace on earth, goodwill toward men. Birthday to you. us a fun story?
ما عندي خلق.
Please, Teta. I'm really bored.
Yeah, I'm sick of watching TV. It's either boring shows or reruns.
Okay. خليني أفكر. Okay, I have one. كان يا مكان يا قديم الزمان كان في أسد. لا مو بشار. كان في lion. He ruled the whole jungle. He was king, number one. All the animals in the kingdom loved him. But the jungle had many problems. His wife, one day, had a baby.
Oh, shush.
It was a beautiful baby. محلاه.
I'm very happy. Our son is born. I finally want to be a father. Isn't he adorable?
He sure is. I'm so overwhelmed by how much I love him. I'm so happy he is here. You will be king of this jungle someday. I love you.
You have big shoes to fill, my son. But fear not. All these responsibilities of mine will one day be yours, because you'll rule the kingdom. Messenger, go to the jungle, gather all the animals, and tell them that my son has been born.
Yes, Your Majesty, and congratulations. Congratulations, Your Majesty.
Thank you.
To all the animals of the jungle. We have been sent here by His Majesty the Lion King to share with you this great news. Gather around. Behold, I bring to you good news that will cause joy for all the animals. Today, in the jungle of the great lion, a son is born to the lion, his wife, and all of us. He will rule the jungle in the future and deal with all the matters after his father. To him you all shall listen and obey.
So, what happened next? Were all the animals happy about the new baby lion?
Most of them, yes. شوي. Some of them, no.
All I know that this new baby has a long way to go before he becomes king. Oh, wow, that's amazing. I cannot wait to see him.
Why can't my son be king? Why does it always have to be their family? Dude, because they're royalty. I don't care. I don't like his father. He's going to be just like him. Like father, like son. Oh, be quiet. The king has done so much for us. You are so ungrateful. He loves us.
He has a lot to learn. I hope that book about his great-grandfather will teach him a little bit about what the jungle's about and what the royalty's about.
Don't worry. He was very eager to learn about his great-grandfather and read the book. But I'm sure he has many questions. Be patient, my love. He is still too young to understand what is in it and what happened in our jungle many years ago.
Dad, if your grandfather was king, and your father was king, and you're king, does that mean that I'll be king?
Yes, that's what it means, son. Being king is in your blood. It's what you're destined for.
And one day you will be king over this jungle, just like your father and grandfathers before him. But it will not be an easy task.
In the book, it says that when great-grandfather used to be king of the jungle, all the animals lived in peace and had plenty of food. The land was rich and everyone was happy. So what happened? Why is the jungle full of problems and fighting? Why don't all the animals love you, Dad?
Well, you see, son, during the time when the land was all peaceful and your great-grandfather ruled all over the jungle, some of the neighboring evil kings plotted to overthrow the royalty. And so they all plotted against them and they took some of the jungle.
They also caused all the animals to turn against your great-grandfather. What caused all the problems to begin with was that the animals started breaking all the rules and following other evil kings. Your great-grandfather, your grandfather, and your father after that.
But why did they do all of that?
Because of the evilness and temptation surrounding them, my son. A lot of them started thinking selfishly and they went with their own desires, and they stopped listening to the king and what he had to offer them.
And there were consequences to pay, and eventually they lost all hope in the promises of the king.
So what are we supposed to do to bring the land back to how it was?
Well, our vision and our promise to this jungle is to restore the land and all the peace into it once again by taking down our enemies.
But how do we do that?
We have to get the animals to trust the king's wisdom and words and help them obey his commandments so we can overcome and take over the land.
But how will I know how to do that?
That takes a lot of power and responsibility on my part. But that's why one day the land will all be yours.
How?
You watch as he deals with problems that arise in his jungle between the animals.
Come, follow me, son. Look over here and watch what's happening in this situation with these two animals. Couple animals.
So what do we do now? They took our pond. We are the keepers of that pond.
We actually shared it with everyone.
It's not fair that they are keeping it all to themselves. Why did they have to kick us out? It's not theirs to have.
There are more of us than them. Maybe we should go beat them up. We should not use violence. Think of the little animals.
They did this out of jealousy, They just want to be rulers over the pond because if they rule the water, animals have to go through it if they want to drink from it, swim in it, or just hang around it.
Don't they realize that animals may die if they don't get access to the water? They'll have to go to the pond that's over 100 miles away. The older animals will die then. Then they can't walk that far.
Let's try to talk to them again and see if they are willing to listen.
We can try, I guess. Let's go.
شفت شلون زعلوا الحيوانات لأنه المي كانت لكلن وأخذوهن الثانيات.
I get mad when you take my toys and don't share.
I do share sometimes.
Only after Mama yells at you.
Like, خلاص, okay. So the animals were upset and went to the other animals' pond and said it was theirs.
Hey, we came to talk to you. We used to be in charge of this pond. It's not yours to take. This is our pond. We're in charge of it now. Just walk away before you guys get hurt.
Yes, we rule over it, and there is nothing you can do about it.
But if you want some water, we'll give you some water.
Really? Of course, for a price.
That's not fair. We used to all get the water for free. Think about the old animals that can't afford to pay and can't afford to go to the pond that's really far away. That's your problem.
Well, I'm going to tell the lion on you.
Whatever, we don't care.
The king's messenger.
Who cares about the king and his messengers?
In regards to the matter of the pond keepers, here's a message from the king. I have seen and heard the injustice done over this pond. The pond is to go back to its original keepers, and they shall carry out their designated duties. Now, it shall come to pass, if you diligently obey the order of your lion king by observing carefully his commands that he has commanded. And if you apologize to your fellow animals, the king will assign you a task in the jungle. It will be another area in which you will all be helpful to your fellow animals.
But what if you don't do what the king said?
If you do not do what the king says, then the curses will be upon you and your families.
Thanks be to our king.
Our king always shows love towards his animals.
And he is merciful and just as well.
Don't believe any of this. The king is not capable of anything, or else he should take full charge of his land.
But what if he really kicks us out?
We just did this because we wanted to be in charge of this pond. We'll be cursed.
No, you won't. If you obey him, you'll never be free of him. But if you obey me and come with me, I will give you freedom, and I will make you keepers of a bigger pond and give you so many things and make you rich.
I kind of like that idea. Me too. No, I will obey the Lion King and stay in this jungle. What I did was wrong and foolish to listen to you two. Selfishness and jealousy took over my heart, and I was blinded by all this. All I've seen from the king was love, kindness, and mercy, and we didn't deserve this. If this were to happen to us, the king will bring us justice and protect our rights. All we did was ridiculous and wrong. I think we should stay here under the king's protection and trust in him.
Trust him? What good has he done for us? I don't trust in what he says to us.
Yes, I agree with you. He hasn't done anything for us, especially not taking our land back from his grandfather years ago. We trust the serpent and go with her, and she will give us what we want.
Suit yourselves. You can ignore this message, but as for me, I choose to stay right here.
Wow. But Dad, why did those two animals get that skin disease from the tree?
Well, you see now, son, disobedience has its consequences. I gave them the choice between obedience and disobedience, and they chose disobedience.
But that seems cruel.
No, son, the jungle has rules, and rules are meant to be followed. If not, chaos occurs. What brought all these problems to the jungle to begin with was that the animals started breaking the rules and following other evil kings, which brought them out of the protection of the king, your great-grandfather, your grandfather, and your father after that.
But I thought that we were supposed to show love towards them.
Yes, we are, but love doesn't avoid justice. Otherwise, they will do what they want and go astray.
Your father actually does this as a part of showing his love for the animals. If he didn't love them, he wouldn't care for them and protect them.
الولد, the young lion, had a lot to learn from his father, but this is not an easy job to follow his father.
Boy, I'm glad I'm not him. I'd be scared if I had to be king one day.
I know, right? He's got a lot to learn.
Poor kid. I can't imagine having that much responsibility. I like to be free of responsibility.
You're young, it's okay. But does this story remind you of the Bible?
Yeah, the story of Miriam and Aaron when they spoke against his wife.
Oh yeah, she was from Ethiopia.
She did that of their jealousy of They did that because of their jealousy of Moses.
Hi, sir. And the Lord brought leprosy upon Miriam because of that.
Just like the two animals that got the skin disease.
Bravo عليك.
Dad, can you tell me why did our great-grandfather put rules in place for the jungle?
After our great-grandfather restored the jungle and saved all the animals from the slavery of the great wicked lion, the animals were in chaos and did not know how to live in harmony among each other, so that the great-grandfather lion had to teach them how to live in peace, respecting each other, and submitting to the king.
But why did he want them to submit to and obey him?
That's because if they do not submit in authority, they will do as they please and they will devour one another. They will hurt each other.
Why can't they live in harmony among themselves in the jungle? Isn't it obvious that they need to get along with each other in order to survive?
Yes, to us it's obvious, my son, but to them they are driven by their selfish desires and their instincts in jungle.
That's why they need a loving king that will rule over them with justice.
I don't understand how he can rule over them with love, yet still show fairness.
Only the great lion can do so, and that's why he's in this position. That's what you will need to learn as you grow up.
Look, Dad, Peacock looks excited.
I'm the most beautiful bird in all of the jungle. No one has as colored feathers as I do, and no one is as pretty as I am. I just don't feel I'm appreciated as much as I deserve by the other animals.
Hi, Princess Beauty. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. Could be better.
What's wrong?
I just don't feel I'm appreciated in this jungle. I have such beauty that no one else has, and my feathers are the longest in all of the jungle. I just can't help but feel I have no role and no purpose in the jungle anymore.
You are important, Peacock. You add beauty to this jungle. The jungle's not the same without you, Peacock.
I don't know about that. I just wish the great king was here, as things are not the same in the jungle without him. He really took care of each one of us when he was our ruler. But now,
he is still watching over us. You just can't see him.
Dad, can you please send a messenger to tell Peacock that we're watching over her? Please, Dad.
I was going to, my son, but you'll see. She won't listen. Go, messenger.
How do you know she won't listen to your messenger? She needs to know that you love her and care for her.
Your dad is full of wisdom and knowledge. That's how he knows.
I have been sent here by the great lion to tell you that you are loved by him. He is watching over you and will protect you as long as you stay under his wings. That is his kingdom.
Look, his messenger is here. Great. What more do you want, Peacock? He heard you and answered you.
I guess.
Your beauty is in vain, Peacock.
What do you mean, Serpent? Why do you say that?
You have been fooled all these years by the great lion. He wants to keep you in the jungle with no plan for you. He doesn't want you to enjoy the full richness of this jungle.
The jungle here is nice. Lots of food, lots of water. And we're all one big happy family.
Where's your king, Peacock? He's absent from his own kingdom. Even he himself found a better place to live.
Really? You think he went for a better place, a better kingdom, and a better jungle?
I'm sure of that, Peacock. That's why he never comes to visit you.
But he sends his messengers to tell us his messages.
Why doesn't he come himself? Why does he send messengers? See, I told you it's because he wants to keep you slaves to him in the jungle and not go outside to see the more beautiful jungles. Outside where peacocks are treated like they own the jungle. All the animals speak of the beauty of the peacocks. And when they come to a pond, all the animals back off to allow the peacocks drink first. And on top of that, the water in those jungles are good for your feathers. It enriches the colors of your feathers and makes you even more beautiful. The peacocks in the other territories are much more beautiful than you are because of that water.
Really? Prettier than me? But how?
Of course you don't know, because you've never been outside the Great King territory, and I've been. And what I'm telling you is true. If I were a peacock, I would leave this silly kingdom and join another one.
I want to see what they look like, how they spend their time, and what they do. But how can I do that? The great king will know, and he will be very upset.
The animals won't tell on you. As a matter of fact, no one even noticed that you're gone missing. At last, you're only going there for a few days to check out the place and come back.
What if I get hurt? What if other animals come and attack me? You know how fragile I am.
The great wicked lion will defend you.
But the great lion warned us of the wicked lion. He said that he put our parents and grandparents into slavery many years ago.
That's a lie that the great king told the animals of the jungle, so he can just keep you in his kingdom.
Dad, can you please send a messenger to tell Peacock that the serpent is lying? Send a messenger to shut the serpent up. Please, Dad, do something.
I sent her my word, son, and my word is sufficient enough to protect her. That is, if she chooses to believe it.
But the serpent is tricking her and getting her into trouble if she leaves the jungle.
My dear son, your dad knows that if he sends a messenger, she will not listen to him. That's why he's not sending one.
Please, Dad, send a messenger one more time for my sake.
All right, son, for you I will. Messenger, go, roar.
Anyways, Peacock, I will go now. But if you need my help to show you the way out, you can just call me.
Here is the message from the king. Peacock, he warns you not to go out and do the wicked of the great evil lion. He orders you and commands you to trust that his word and his love will always guide you.
Don't believe this silly creature. He's just jealous that you're leaving this poor jungle into a better one.
I'm scared to leave.
Don't worry, I will show you the way out. Let's hurry up before anyone...
شفتوا شلون؟ The serpent managed to trick Peacock into leaving to go look at other peacocks in other regions.
She's curious to find out how they look and what they're all about.
I'm scared for Peacock, as she has no family or friends to back her up if one of the animals attack her. Will she be okay all by herself in the wilderness?
خلينا نفرج. You'll see how it all ends.
The water in this pond is getting less and less every year.
The animals from the other territory are sneaking into our territory at night and drinking our water.
Let's appoint guards over our jungle and not let them trespass.
Who will appoint those guards?
I can do that. Who do you think you are, Tiger? You're not our leader.
Yeah, that's right. The great lion is our king.
Where's the great lion? Where's he hiding?
The great lion is watching over us.
If he's watching over us, why is he allowing this? Why is he allowing this to happen?
Yeah, that's right. If he's seeing this, then why isn't he stopping the animals from taking our water?
But we know he said he'll always be there for us when we call on to him. He'll come for the rescue.
Oh, go ahead, call on to him. We'll see if he comes down from his high place.
I don't think he will come. Maybe what we've been believing for in all these years is all untrue.
If it's untrue, then does that mean that we were believing lies?
I doubt his words to us.
But what about all the messengers he sends to us to encourage us to keep us safe?
Who said he was the one sending those messengers? It could be that these people are just creatures that nobody gets sent to. They're probably just tricking us to believe in something that doesn't exist.
Have you seen Peacock?
Peacock? I saw her 2 days ago, but not today.
Why? What's wrong with her?
We don't know. She's been reported missing from the jungle.
Missing? Where did she go?
The rescue team have been looking for her all morning but can't find her. Now even have chased her in all the jungle. I'll go back and continue with the search.
Best of luck. Let us know when you find her.
Cut.
Anyways, let's get back to our topic. How do we know that the great lion exists?
Well, how do you explain history of the great deliverance of our great grandfathers from the great wicked lion into his nice green pastures?
Since that lion died, I don't think any great lion is coming after him.
But I thought that the lion was everlasting. He will never be destroyed.
He said that about himself when he was in the jungle. But who says it's true?
If we can't see him, who said he exists?
And if we can't feel him, who says if he's alive?
Why should we obey his commandments and honor him when he didn't do anything good to us?
I think we should live independently with no rules. This is called a jungle for a reason.
P.S. I think that other jungles or territories don't have rules. Why do we have rules?
We live one life in this jungle, so I say we enjoy this life. If we want to leave this place, then we have every right to do so. And no one can stop us.
Dad, you have every right to be upset at the animals, but I ask you to forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. They have not experienced the evil of the great wicked lion, but that's why they are behaving this way.
I know, my son, and that's what breaks my heart. I love the animals and did everything I can for them to protect them. And after all this, they still doubt me. Their faithfulness is weak. They're stubborn and have refused to accept me and my messengers.
Peacock, what's wrong?
Where were you? Everybody was looking for you.
If I tell you, promise that you won't tell anyone?
We promise.
I was curious to see the other territories outside the jungle and wanted to see their peacocks, as I was told they're much prettier than me.
You did?
Yes, the serpent tricked me, and I listened to her and followed her.
What did you see? What happened to you?
The other animals are vicious. Once they saw me, they came after me to attack me. They wanted to eat me.
They wanted to eat you?
Why did they do that?
Because they're evil, and that's how they live in the jungle. They eat each other and are brutal to one another. I should have never listened to the serpent, and now I'm ashamed of myself. All my beauty is gone, and now I have to face shame before the other animals, explaining what happened to me. I wish I never left this beautiful jungle. It's protected by the great lion, whether we can see it or not. I visited the outside territories, and it's wild and dangerous. I'm never doing it again.
Teta, why did the great lion allow those animals to attack Peacock? Doesn't he love her?
He gave her a choice. أعطاها مجال. ما سمعت. He tried, and she didn't listen. He tried to protect her, and ما سمعت.
Did he not know they will hurt her?
Of course he did. That's why he sent messengers. But she refused to listen to him. Now she's paying the price. شفت شلون كل البيوري تبعها راحت؟ لأنه ما سمعت. This is why the great lion puts commandments and rules in the kingdom for them to follow, for their own good. If you choose to disobey his word and not believe in him, you're putting yourself at risk. You're gonna get hurt.
I wonder how Prince Lion feels.
He's learning from his dad to put rules for the kingdom, for the people to follow, to obey. He's growing in knowledge and wisdom all by himself. And he will become a great lion one day.
The story is so exciting. I can't wait tomorrow.
Me too. I want to know what happens in the end. I feel for the young lion. He had so much to learn while growing up. One day he will become a mature lion and he'll have to know what to do.
Ya Allah. Okay. Telfon Abukan, I'll ask if you can stay awake, but don't tell anyone I did this.
Thank you, Teta. You're the best.
So, what happens now, Grandmother?
Great challenges face the young lion in the kingdom at this time.
What could be more than murder, jealousy, rebellion, and all the other problems they had? Was that not challenging enough, Teta?
Yes, children. These problems challenged a certain group of animals at a certain time. But the greater challenge threatened the whole kingdom and its vision for restoring the land and living in peace under the rule of a righteous king.
How does that happen, Teta?
Ooh, something good is going on tonight. We haven't had a nice and diverse animal gathering in harmony for a long time.
Must be the weather, all feeling good and in a good mood.
Or it's the moons and the stars.
I say it's the wise leadership that is bringing us together, despite our animal differences and skin patterns.
What does that have to do with having a good time?
Not focusing on our differences means we have a common goal to pursue. The goal set by our great king and our forefather, which brings us all happy on our promised land.
Serpent, you have been so quiet.
I am enjoying my time here, especially with you, dear brothers. It may be the weather, as you said, or the stars. And the king is nice too. But...
But what?
Oh, it's not so important. It's just my humble opinion on the authorities and how they make their people happy.
What's your opinion? I would like to hear it.
Shush! Don't be so loud. I don't want to cause any problems.
Yeah, I want to hear it too.
Promise to keep it a secret?
Sure, a secret.
I personally think that the king is not doing his best of keeping us all happy. Look around you at the other jungles. They definitely have more fun and freedom. Their kings let them do whatever they like, and they don't have to obey any rules. They are free, man! Free!
Freedom is good. We have it here too.
Not really with all the rules, commandments, and education on many animals. What kind of freedom is this?
You mean we can leave our kingdom and our king and find a new neighboring kingdom ruled by a king neither we nor our fathers knew?
Hey, do you guys know anything about the kingdoms surrounding us? We heard they live in absolute freedom. No rules, no heartaches.
Yeah, they're always partying. You can hear their you can hear their voices and smell their food from a distance.
Let's go there. It might be a better place to live in. Rawr.
That's a brilliant idea. Why would we have to lose?
Hey guys, before we take any step further, I think we should stop and think. Our king is good to us. All our forefathers have always lived in this jungle with hope that justice and righteousness will rule the entire earth, not just our kingdom.
I agree. It may seem like a great idea, but what I see is that it's going to be a big blowout to our kingdom legacy and to our king's efforts and sacrifices for our kingdom so that we can be here where we are right now.
But how come they're partying and having a good time? Their kings must be better than ours. I would much rather be under his rule than our king.
Therefore, I say we leave now and not waste any time.
Remember what happened to Peacock? How she was almost eaten alive?
Guys, what happened to us? We were having such a great time just a minute ago. You can't just jump on everything you hear and leave your heritage and commitments behind.
Well, let's have a vote. Who wants to go with me to the next kingdom?
We're coming with you.
You're right. What do we have to lose?
I will stay faithful to my king and kingdom. Because forever our God is good, and I trust in his righteousness and justice in our kingdom.
You guys are making a big mistake listening to the serpent and leaving behind your kingdom. You guys will regret this for the rest of your life.
Oh, I could see this coming. It's not good how our people could be drawn astray from our heritage and the truth just because of this example. Just one word can ruin this all.
Yes, my son, we have seen this happen before. We are afraid that just as other animals were deceived by the serpent's cunning, their minds may be somehow led astray from their sincere and pure devotion to the king.
I can't tolerate deception. I can't tolerate this in my kingdom. I cannot tolerate this anywhere. This is not good. Our people need to know what is going on. Our people need to know.
Dad, I've never seen you so angry. Out of all the problems in the jungle, why is this so bad? I mean, the serpent was just expressing her opinion.
The serpent is one of the wisest animals. The serpent knows our heritage and knows our past and knows how our forefathers ran the jungle back in the day. The serpent must die immediately.
Father, I still don't understand. Is there any room for love or mercy for the serpent?
Deuteronomy, send my decree to the people.
Let us go and worship other kings, kings that neither you nor your ancestors have known, kings of the peoples around you, whether near or far, from one end of the land to the other. Do not yield to them or listen to them. Show them no pity. Do not spare them or shield them. You must certainly put them to death. Your hand must be the first in putting them to death, then the hands of all the people. Stone them to death because they tried to turn you away from the great lion, your king. Then all the jungle will hear and be afraid, and no one among you will do such an evil thing again.
Very good. Send my decree to the people.
Father, but still, why no room for love for the serpent?
Not with deception, my son. My people, they're like sheep, my son. They don't understand it. If my sheep with deception, they're not going to understand anything. They could see it'll ruin the whole jungle, my son. They need someone. They need someone to come in and change.
Father, I still don't understand, but I guess I have a long way to go in gaining wisdom and knowledge to rule this kingdom.
Wow, that was a horror story, Teta.
It's a story of love and justice coming together. The king loved them so much that he had to protect them from evil advice. There's no way around it, Habibi.
Is it getting any better, Grandmother? I want to have a happy ending so I sleep well.
So now that the jungle heard how the evil serpent is punished, they learn a good lesson and live happily ever after?
Don't worry. The happy ending will come. But before that, all these things have to come to pass.
What things?
You see, Habibi, the king kept sending messengers declaring his decrees until there was a time when the jungle knows all his decrees and they have a choice to obey his commandments, knowing and trusting that he will deliver his promises to establish a kingdom of righteousness and justice to end all evil in this earth.
That sounds easy to do.
Ugh, not so much. New problems come about.
Hey, sister, how's it going?
Not so bad, but not so good either, bro.
What's happening? Why do you sound so sad?
Haven't you heard about all the things going on in the jungle? Don't you know about all the recent problems and riots against the king?
How's it affecting you? You just live your life and don't worry about the rest.
I am deeply concerned about the future of our jungle, which will affect all of us. I remember well what Messenger Habakkuk said.
Write down the revelation and make it plain on tablets so that the herald may run with it. For the revelation awaits an appointed time. It speaks to the end and will not prove false. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay.
It came just as I began to doubt the promises of that king made for our jungle, seeing how all of the animals were acting and thinking lately.
Hey guys, did you hear of the latest news? The kangaroo has appointed himself as the new king of the jungle. Ha ha!
And his most arrogant giraffe, thinking his wisdom and advice reaching to the sky is higher than everyone else. Get it?
Why do you care who rules? The lion, the kangaroo, or even the mouse? Animals are animals. They won't yield to the king's commandments regardless.
Do you not remember what Messenger Zechariah said?
The lion will be our king all over the whole world, earth. On that day there will be one king, and his name the only name.
Seriously? You believe that stuff? I can't believe you memorized every single word.
So tell me, have you ever seen this righteous king of yours? How come he hasn't shown up? Who said these messengers represent him? Who said he exists anyways? Maybe he's just a myth.
Hey, do you know who took over the north side of the jungle? Animals that have strong ties with the kingdoms took over. So where was your king when all of this happened?
Let alone all the monkeys. They took our resources of the jungle and promised us for land in return. It seems that all the wrongdoers are the ones who are succeeding, and not the messengers, and they're not listening to the messengers of what they're saying.
Where is your king of righteousness and justice now?
Do you not remember what Messenger Malachi said?
You have wearied the king of your words. How have we wearied him, you ask? By saying, all who do evil are good in the eyes of the king, and he is pleased with them. Or where is the king of justice? You have said harsh things against me, said the king. Yet you ask, what have we said against you? You have said it is futile to serve the king. What did we gain by carrying out all his requirements and going about like mourners before the King Almighty? But now we call the arrogant blessed. Certainly the evildoers prosper, and even those who challenge the king escape.
You must be making this up. You guys are a hopeless case. But even if your king does exist, keep dreaming.
The jungle is waking up from believing the king into a reality of chaos and disorder.
But why do we care anyway? Somehow everything will be all right one way or another.
Wait, don't you remember what Messenger Isaiah said?
For your hands are stained with blood, your fingers with guilt. Your lips have spoken lies, and your tongue mutters wicked things. No one recalls for your justice. No one pleads his case with integrity. They rely on empty arguments and speak lies. They conceive trouble and give birth to evil. Their deeds are evil deeds, and acts of violence are in their hands. Their feet rush into sin. They are swift to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are evil thoughts. Ruin and destruction mark their ways. The way of peace they do not know. There is no justice in their path. They have turned them into crooked roads, so justice is far from us, and righteousness does not reach us.
Dad, look what's happening in the jungle. You need to send a messenger to correct these people. They need to hear from you, Dad. They need to hear that you're alive and you're well and that you love them. Dad, they need to hear that every single word that you said is true and all your promises will be fulfilled. Dad, they need to hear that you will protect them and bring them to the promised land. They need to hear that if they listen to every word that you say, they will live in peace and prosperity. Dad, they need to hear from you. You can't just stay silent towards all of this injustice.
But there is no one, son. No one to intervene. If only there was someone that can go and send the message one last time. Whom shall I send? Who shall go for us? Who will sacrifice themselves for us?
Wait a second. Send me. Send me, Father. Send me. I'm here for you.
Are you sure, my son?
Yes, Father.
Okay. Go, my son. Go and do this for me. Go tell the people. Tell my people, when you go, my son, tell my people that I love them and that I promise to do anything for them if they believe in me. If they care for themselves, just go tell them, son. Tell them that their Father in the kingdom cares for them and loves for them. And if they need anything from me, that they pray for me. Tell them that the only son he is sacrificing him, leaving the palace from the kingdom, and going to deliver the message of the king. Tell them the message that I want them to hear. Make them good again, son. Fix a jungle.
I will do so, my Father.
Thank you, my son.
Teta, this story is so exciting. The great king loves the jungle. The great king loves the jungle. He loves the jungle so much that he was...
He loves the jungle so much they laughed about it.
He will sacrifice his only son for it.
Yes, grandmother. These animals don't love the king nor his son. Please, can he not go?
Grandmother, I thought you were telling us a Christmas story.
I did.
The jungle, the Lion King, the sun, a Christmas story?
The Lord looked and was displeased that there was no justice. There was no one. They were appalled that there was no one to intervene. So his own arm worked salvation for him, and his own righteousness sustained him. He put on righteousness as his breastplate and the helmet of salvation on his head. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through him. Whoever believes in him is not condemned, but whoever does not believe stands condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of God and his only Son. He is truly the Lamb of God.